Good morning, queens and kings. Good morning. So, I wanted to come out with this video, Blockers for Negativity Part 2. So, I wanted to tell y'all about this certain situation that happened to me. You know, everything that I go through, I do my best to explain it to you guys because I know a lot of you guys go through this and don't say nothing or whatever about it. And, you know, you feel like you're in this situation all by yourself. And I just want y'all to know that you're not, you know. There are other people that are going through the same thing, but we choose not to say nothing, you know. And I'm here just to let you know that, you know, you're not alone. You're not alone. A lot of people go through the same thing that you're going through, and you're not alone. And this too shall pass, and there is help out here, you know. There is help. Reach out. That's all you have to do is reach out. Ask questions. That's all. So what I'm going to be talking about in the Blockers for Negativity Part 2 is a situation that happened to me. So, like I told y'all, like this year has been really like a learning lesson for me as far as real spiritual warfare. I mean, like dirty, grimy, nasty warfare, you know, in which I'm grateful for it because, you know, what I've been through, I'm able to help other people, you know, get through it or whatever. What the fuck? Where? So, there was a situation where, you know, one day I woke up, right? And, yeah, I know I do my meditation or whatever and everything. This is about a good, this was like back in like January or February because it was cold out. And, I walked out the house. I was walking out the house in the front, and I noticed that there was twitch grass all over the goddamn place. Any witch, any spiritual advisor, any wizard, any body that uses witchcraft or whatever know what twitch grass is. And especially if you're from down south, North Carolina, South Carolina, Atlanta, or whatever, you know what twitch grass is about. If you don't, ask your grandparents. They know what that is about, you know? And I walked out the door and I saw all this twitch grass in front of my door. So immediately I knew it was twitch grass. Immediately. So I'm like, who the fuck put all this twitch grass in front of the door? So I closed the door and I started praying and meditating and talking to God and asking them to cover me and everything. So as I see all the stuff there, I get this broom or whatever and this thing and started sweeping it up and put it in the garbage can, right? So after that, you know, maybe about 2-3 days later, I started noticing because, you know, I tore my ACL when I was younger because I used to be in track and stuff like that. So this is another thing that y'all need to know. Wherever you had surgery on your body or wherever you have big problems at within your body, that is your weakest link. That is where black magic or whatever will hit first. So if you have heart problems, if you have kidney problems or whatever, that's where it's going to gravitate to first in your body. Something you need to know. So after a while, whatever, about 3 days later, I started feeling like my left leg started swelling where I had all the surgeries and stuff at. And I felt like it was messing with, my circulation and stuff. So I just started just praying and meditating more, praying and meditating more, praying and meditating more. And, you know, I started listening to affirmations and stuff like that, and which I already was or whatever. So right after that, that's when I came onto Dr. Virtual page, which is who I was talking about the other day, that has all of the programs, that have good programs and good stimulation affirmation programs to help you with dissolving negativity, helping you with your chakras and stuff like that and everything. So I went to, a segment came up, and one of his simulations was strong removal of worldwide curses, right? So in the mix of all that or whatever and everything, as the pain was getting more severe or whatever, like I couldn't even barely walk. It felt like my knee was going to give out. It was so crazy. But in the mix of it, I still kept my faith. I kept on praying and everything. I knew that something was up with that twitch grass that made something happen within inside me. So, because I was perfectly fine before that. I do my work, my walking, my exercise, my squats or whatever. I do that to make sure that the circulation within that leg is always on point, because I know that I had a lot of surgeries in that leg, in that knee part. So ongoing or whatever and everything, I got into, I started listening. The first time that I listened to this, I don't know where these fucking fruit flies is coming from, but the shit is ignoring me. It's egging me. And I don't even have food like that. I don't have no food out. Anyway, so I listened to it for the first time, right? And when I listened to it for the first time, I got this severe pain that it actually like disabled me. Like I couldn't walk. The pain was so severe. When I started listening to this simulation, it was so severe that it was just, the pain was going up and down my left side, up and down my left side, up and down. I stopped the simulation and I was like, okay, this is crazy, you know, because this is happening while I'm listening to this, and it was just mind-boggling. So then, about an hour later, I did it again, and it kept on happening. So something told me, you know what, Nikki, just stick with it and listen to it all day. So I kept on listening to it all day. And as I was listening to it all day, the pain started to subside. That pain of up and down vibrations stopped. It just started to subside. So I kept on listening to it for about a good week or whatever and everything. In the mix of this, okay, every morning I would wake up and there would be twitch grass in front of the goddamn door. Every time I cleaned it up, it would come right back again. So somebody was throwing twitch grass in the front of the fucking house. The shit was ridiculous. So eventually it came to the point where God was like, you don't have to do anything no more. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. So I just kept on saying my prayers, of covering, kept on talking to God, kept on talking to my ancestors. And then eventually that went away. So I was like, okay, all right. That's done with, okay? So then a couple of weeks after that, I'm laying in my bed and I feel like this is what I'm telling y'all, that it is constantly stuff being thrown at us, but we don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. And when it comes to black magic, how it used to be, when people throw black magic at you, it usually happens right then and there. See, there's a difference when your body tells you that something is wrong with you. Because when your body tells you that something is wrong with you, it's like a elevator. It starts It starts at the ground and then it works its way up, meaning as you start to feel something or whatever, and then it intensifies as days go on or whatever. Usually when they throw black magic at you, it's like the whole body just like, it just gravitates to you. And like I said, if you have anywhere in your body where you had surgeries or you have health problems or whatever, that's where the black magic will go to, because that is your weakest chain in your body. You know what I'm saying? Black magic is energy. Y'all need to understand this. It is energy. When one person chants and does all of this, they're putting all their energy into this specific spell, curse, hex, or whatever. It's their energy plus the entity plus whatever else that they're using that they are throwing at you that is intensified. So when it hits you, it hits your weakest link of your body, of your organs. This is what y'all need to understand. So one night I'm laying in the bed, right? And I feel like something jigging me in my left side of my chest. It's like a deep, deep pain. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, again, I said in my mind, not again. Please, not again, God. Please, I can't take this. I just got over this. Like, I don't want to go through this again. So it happened that first night between 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning. This is the witch's hour. This is where they're the most powerful. This is where they do a lot of this shit at. It's in between those hours because the vibration is so strong between those hours, because between 3 and 5, because that's when the sun rises. So it's a lot of energy force within that time. That's why a lot of people do their spiritual work and stuff like that in those late hours. So it happened like for 3 days, right? And then it stopped. During those 3 days, you know me, I'm still meditating, I'm still praying or whatever and everything. And after that, one night I'm laying in the bed, right? And I hear like a clock. I'm sleeping, but I hear like a clock and it's like ticking, right? But as it's ticking, I feel my heart like pumping real fast. It's like boom, 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 boom. And I hear like, I don't know, it's like a ticking thing, like it's like a time bomb. It's something, a tick or whatever. So I'm like, it woke me out of my sleep. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I lay there and I'm like, what is this sound? Why is my heart beating like this? So it happened or whatever. And like after the fourth tick, then I heard something go boom, and then it stopped. This happened for 4 nights straight. For 4 nights straight, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, and I said to myself, I'm being attacked again. Somebody is using something in regards to my heart or whatever to make me have a heart attack, a stroke, or something. Because the way of the fluctuation of my temperature and all that and everything, like I said, you gotta know your temple, people. You gotta get in tune with your temple, because when you get in tune with your temple, you know when it's being, infiltrated, when it's being tampered with. And I knew something was going on. So after that or whatever and everything, I decided not to sleep my ass in my bedroom. I came out and I started sleeping in the living room, because I felt like it was something to do with that bedroom. I was like, something is connected to that where it's trying to interfere with my heart or whatever. So I started praying more, started asking God for answers, what can I do or whatever and everything, because this is happening or whatever. So Spirit came to me and Spirit is like, you're covered, you're good. But I'm like, but this keeps on happening to me. They're like, they can't do anything to you, Nikki. You're good, you're covered. So I'm like saying to myself, but why do I have to keep on going through this? Waking up every morning between 3 and 4 o'clock, going through this constantly for 3 months straight. That's how I got anxiety so bad, because they constantly kept on trying to make me have a fucking heart attack and a stroke, guys. No lie. And I know who the person was that was doing it, because I saw your face or whatever. I surely did. Every single time that you pushed whatever that thing was, it was some kind of box or something that you pushed that intertwined with my energy, they showed me your face. So I know who was doing it. Better believe that. I know who was doing it. I just don't say nothing, because it's not my place, because God said he's going to handle it, in which he did. Anyway, so I was like, after a while of me sleeping in the living room or whatever and going through that, I was like, let me do a stimulation or something like that to help me, with this or whatever. So then I started doing Dr. Virtual Potent, Dispel the Curse of the Evil Eye, and I did the Return to Sender, Unwanted Spells and Curses. As I started doing that or whatever, of course, I did get another cleansing rush, but this time it was in my chest area. It was just crazy. And with that pain and with that feeling, that's what sent me to go to my doctor and tell him that what was going on. And then he prescribed me. He said that I had anxiety, and that he prescribed me some pills or whatever. So I was like, okay, this is it. Like, after that or whatever, I spoke to God. I was like, Father, this is just too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just too much. Like, why are these people trying to kill me, trying to make me have a goddamn heart attack and a stroke? I said, but then Father said, it's not their place and it's not their doing. Do you not understand that when you hear that, nothing happens? You're still here, right? They don't have the power. I do. I am your Father. I am the Omega. I am God. So I said, you're right. And I'm still here. And I'm still doing what I need to do. So I said, okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to stick to the plan and keep on meditating, keep on, doing the simulations and stuff like that and everything. And I'm going to leave it as that. So I kept on praying, I kept on meditating, I kept on talking to the spirit guides and everything else. I mean, guys, like, I was sleeping in the living room. I had flowers all over me. Like, I don't know where this fucking thing is coming from. I had flowers around me, because, flowers give out good energy, their protection, and stuff like that. I had water, I had my Bible. I was in the living room, guys, practically living on the floor in the living room, because I did not want to go to the bedroom. I just made my own little palace thing for protection, because that's how intense how this person was trying their best to make me have a heart attack and a stroke. But little did they know that God, Ra, ancestors, Saint Michael, Saint Megatron, Saint Raphael have the last say, okay? I always say these low vibration people don't know when to stop, okay? They have this mentality that, one more time, I got this, I'm powerful, there is no God, I can do this or whatever and everything. And they have this mentality that they're going to succeed with what they want to do, not knowing that when you mess with a divine chosen being, you have no say-so. Your spells, your curses, your hexes will be reversed back to you 100 times fold, because you're messing with God-chosen ones that are meant to be here and that are meant to do things for humanity and the collective. This is why a lot of you low vibration people, lives are fucked up right now and have karma galore, okay? Either y'all sick, either y'all got cancer, y'all got high diabetes, like y'all halfway out the door. A lot of y'all that's been doing all of this shit to the divine chosen ones. And the sad part about it, I'm going to say 80% of us have told y'all, either telepathically or in your face or out of our mouths, to stop, because you are putting more bad luck onto your life and for generations to come. But y'all always think that y'all are more powerful. I just had to say that, because the person that did that to me, I'm just going to say, good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Because that was some shit. For 3 months straight, I went through that. 3 months straight. It was a good learning lesson for me. And I'm grateful that God, was protecting me and covering me and everything. But it was a good learning lesson for me to understand witchcraft, to me to see the things that I needed to see, for me to take the veil off and see people's situations and things for what they are, Like I said, this manipulation and illusion shit is real. It's so real, okay? And a lot of these low vibration people want the energy that the chosen ones have. They want to manipulate it and use it for their better half or whatever, for their lives or whatever. But I'm here to tell you, do not step into a divine energy source and think that you can manipulate it and get the energy from them for yourself, because all you're doing is making an ass out of yourself in the spiritual realm, because they're laughing at you. Second of all, you're putting karma on you and on your family. Third of all, you're depleting your gifts. Eventually, your gifts will be taken away completely, because you are disrespecting the universal laws that God made, okay? Source. A lot of you people, I just don't understand. Like, y'all get into these occults, y'all get into witchcraft, y'all get into these books or whatever and everything, but y'all don't get into the beginning. Y'all don't understand that there's universal laws, that if you step upon into somebody's Akashi record, energy fields, DNA, energy, whatever, that there's consequences, big consequences. And it's not worth it. It's not worth it. But, yeah. I just wanted to tell you about those things that happened to me, because that was serious. It was one of my biggest learning lessons. And that was to see how these people use so much witchcraft, and the witchcraft that he or she, because I'm not going to put it out there, but they know who they are. He or she that was using was something that was not from, it was ancient spell work. Whatever they were doing that was trying to make me have a heart attack or a stroke or whatever. This is something very, very ancient and unique and untraceable, meaning as, God forbid, if anything would have happened to me, it would have been like I had a heart attack or a stroke or something like that. In which, yeah, I would have, but in play, it's because of this person doing this black magic, where whatever this thing was that they were using or whatever, to try to take my energy, to try to steal my gifts, to try to just take my path, my destiny. Because this is how people get down. You know what I'm saying? They look into your Akashi records, they look into your path or whatever. They want your gifts. They want your power. They want your destiny. So they feel like by taking you out before you get to that door that they'll snatch your energy and they'll snatch whatever that they need or whatever so they can live this selfish life in the 3D world or whatever, not knowing that you can't do that with the chosen ones, dumb ones. You cannot do it. Because every single time, God is going to shut it down like he did with me. This person tried 3 months 3 months straight, every single day, 7 days of the week, every night, between 3 and 5 o'clock, every single night. I'm not lying. 3 months straight this person tried. 3 months straight. Which caused me to go in anxiety because of the simple fact, can you imagine somebody just pulling on your soul, on your spirit, on your heart, on your love, on your source at this particular time? Like, can you imagine that? And I know that I'm healthy. I'm healthy. So I can't go to the doctors. They're not going to see anything because it's spell work. Because even after I went to the doctor and he prescribed me anxiety or whatever, and he did the blood work and everything came back. I was fine. Fine. In which I already knew it was spell work because the simple fact, God gave me the vision. He let me see everything that the person was doing. Everything. You people, you low vibration people gotta stop. And you motherfucker that be doing that to people, because I noticed you probably killed off a lot of motherfucking people with this fucking spell work with the heart attack and stroke. You probably did this to a lot of motherfucking people unaware, and their family members and friends around them is unaware that it's your motherfucking ass that's putting spell work on people to fucking get heart attacks and strokes. To make it look like that's what it is, but it's actually your ass doing spell work on trying to take them out and feed on their energy before they get to the light or whatever. You motherfuckers are some low down, trifling ass motherfuckers, but trust me, God and old boy got a place for y'all. And it's called the Lake of Fire. Because you brought a lot of pain and a lot of suffering to people's life for no reason, for your own greediness, for your own selfishness, for your own envious, jealousy, shit, or whatever. So, I'm telling y'all, be careful. Because a lot of these people that just suddenly just passed away with a fucking heart attack or stroke, I'm going to say 75% of the time, it's black magic. It's black magic, especially if you know that this person was gifted or if they had a certain place in society or something like that or whatever, and they just suddenly that's the motherfuckers doing that fucking ancient spell curse, okay? And if you ever notice these people that pass away with the heart attacks and the strokes or whatever, it's always between 3 and 5 o'clock in the morning. Nobody even knows because they die in their sleep because that's when they're doing the fucking spells, okay? They tried it with me. They motherfucking tried it with me. 3 months straight. 3 months straight. And I saw the object. I saw them chanting. I saw them doing whatever. I heard the click of whatever this was that they were doing or whatever. And every time it got on the 4th click, God said, not today. And it would stop. It would stop. I tell you guys, I share my examples, my situation with you guys because I really want y'all to understand what is black magic, and it is real. People out here are doing these spells and curses and stuff like that and everything, but now the spells and the curses have come to a little bit of they're not using it no more because of the simple fact that with the last blood moon, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. It's a wrap. They can't use, especially because a lot of them have abused their gifts, that they no longer are able to use their gifts anymore. So that's why I've been telling y'all, like, a lot of them have been resorting to AI technology, okay? Yes, AI technology, because it's more easier to manipulate and do stuff because we are always on our phones, we're always on the computer, we have these earphones in or whatever. It's so easy to manipulate and do illusions through the AI system. So a lot of them is resorting to that. So this is why I'm coming on and I'm doing this, because the simple fact is that, as I explained to y'all through my situation, even though I was praying and even though I was talking to God or whatever and everything, the situation was still going on, okay? Still going on. And I had to implement other stimulations and programs in order to alleviate some of the suffering that I was going through, because the suffering was real, okay? Real. Can you imagine walking out your door and it's fucking twit grass all over the motherfucking place? Like, who does that? It was so shocking to me, because who does that in New York City? Like, twitch grass? Like, I used to get my ass whooped from my grandma down south, because she used to be like, don't you ever walk on nobody's property. You hear me? You don't walk on nobody's property. Because they were good for that. You walked on somebody's property with twitch grass, you will slowly die, slowly deteriorate. It's a known fact, and it's known in hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria. It's known all over, especially down south, especially back in the days or whatever, like in the 1900s and stuff like that. They didn't play that with people coming on their property or whatever. So they would put twitch grass all over to keep people away or whatever and everything. And if you stepped on their property, you better believe you wasn't going to make it in the next 30 days, because you was going to die from coming on their property when you wasn't supposed to be on private property. So, yeah. So this is my blockers for negativity part 2. So I have these stimulations on my YouTube page, which is India Treasure Chest on YouTube. These are in my playlist, or you could go to Dr. Virtual 7 Empower Dynamics. You could go to his YouTube channel, and he has so many simulations and programs to help you eliminate a lot of shit that's on you that you don't know about, Like I said, prayer and meditation is always the first resource, always. But because shit is so advanced right now, and AI is like, whoo, take it off, and we're on our phones 24/7, we're on the computers or whatever and everything, we're constantly being attacked. Our consciousness is constantly being attacked. Things are constantly being programmed in us, and we don't even know. Satellites sending out frequencies and this and that. Our bodies are it's like a lot of shit that's happening. So we have to be aware of this, and this is why I'm coming out more with, what I've been through, so y'all can understand, like, how real this shit is. Like, it's real. This is my life, and it's real. And anybody that really knows me, they'll tell you she's telling the motherfucking truth. Because if you know India, you know Nikki, you know her. And she's about that life when it comes to the spiritual realm. So, on that note, please look into these blockers for negativity. Use them. Don't be scared. Implement your meditation, implement your prayers, keep your faith in God, because that was the thing that carried me the most out of all my situations, is my faith. I never gave up on God. I never gave up on my ancestors. I never gave up on the angels. Every single time they threw something at me, the first people that I went to was them. I got on my knees even if I had to cry or scream or whatever, I talk to them and let them know, like, this is a lot. Like, what am I supposed to do or whatever and everything. And every single time they came through and they told me what to do, it was all a learning lesson for me to learn the different things that these low vibration people are doing to people that is unbeknownst to a lot of us. And what's unbeknownst is that a lot of people are getting attacked, especially with the heart attacks and stroke. Be wary about that. Be wary about that. Because these motherfuckers, they're using this ancient spell for you to have a heart attack or a stroke. Be careful with that. Especially if you know the person was in good health, didn't have no problems or anything, and out the blue, they just have a heart attack and a stroke. And it was during the night, perfectly between 3 and 5 o'clock, that they had this stroke or heart attack. Oh yeah, these motherfuckers were singled out. Somebody sent a spiritual witchcraft hit on their ass. Because it happened to me. Yes, it happened to me. And thank God. Thank my ancestors. Thank the angels for always watching over me. And always showing me who's actually doing it, what they're using. I can hear it, I feel it, and I go through it. Thank God. So, on that note, I just wanted to give y'all this information. Share it. Sharing is caring. You know, you could probably save somebody's life with this video to let them know, you know, what? This has been happening to, you know, India said this, Nikki said this. Go here or whatever, start doing this or whatever, so you can block that shit right up and send it back to their asses. Or send it to Mother Earth so she could recycle it and make it into good motherfucking energy for somebody else or for you to come back to. So on that note, I just wanted to tell y'all about that. Remember, God loves you. I love you. You are loved. Whatever your religion is, you are loved. Okay? You are loved. Know this. Don't let nobody knock you off your throne. And stay on your path. Stay on your path. On that note, I will talk to you guys later.